It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 10 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a new teaser that they released for 1009, the mid-season premiere, which is called Squeeze. Now, even though this clip that they released is really short, it's like 10 seconds, there are some things that we can get out of it, which is very interesting, because you would think for a short clip like that, they wouldn't actually give away anything, but in this case, it actually does give away a little bit of information. Some of it is subtle, some of it is more in your face. So we're going to break it down. So some quick announcements before we get started. I have received tons of comments from subscribers telling me they are not receiving notifications for uploads, which is actually caused by some problems on YouTube's end, where it's either unsubscribing users or turning off their notifications. So do me a favor and go check to see if you're still subscribed and that the notification bell is turned on. Even if you've done so already, it doesn't hurt to check again, especially if you are noticing that you're not seeing the notifications come in for uploads for the channel. So the entire clip is basically Daryl outside of the cave entrance looking at a flood of walkers coming out of the cave entrance, and then as he kneels down and sits down, there seems to be a moment where he's looking at someone, so that leads us to think that maybe someone else is there with him. What that reveals to us is basically that Daryl escapes and someone else escaped with him. But there's more to it than that, and we'll break it down. So the first shot that we have is this shot of the cave entrance, and of course we have some walkers getting out of there. Now, there's a few interesting stuff going on here, because why would the walkers leave? Walkers would normally be attracted to that area because obviously the survivors are there, so the other walkers that are surrounding them are going to make a lot of noise that are going to attract other walkers. And at the very least, we won't see any walkers getting out. You would see more likely walkers getting in. So the fact that there are walkers getting out, to me, indicates that this is probably the aftermath, and this is after they escaped. And maybe Daryl is just trying to lead the herd to some other location. Maybe at this point, Daryl is not even concerned about the safety of everyone that was in the cave because they already got out, the ones that could. And this could even be a few hours or maybe a few days after the events of the mid-season finale. The other thing that's very interesting, though, is that there seems to be some whispers amongst the walkers. So in the area I have circled right now, there are two walkers who definitely appear to be walkers, but there's one that walks as if it's a whisper, not a walker. Now that's very interesting. Obviously I could be wrong, but to me it seems like that is a walker. And I'm gonna point to the specific one right here. So this one seems to be a whisper rather than a walker. Now, why is that important? The reason why this is important is because it makes the point that I just made even more interesting, because if it's a whisper, the whisper would try to keep the herd there. It wouldn't try to lead them away or get away with them unless they think everybody in the cave already died, or they are pretty sure that they will and that they won't be able to get out, something like that. Because I doubt that the whisper amongst these walkers would just lead them away or walk outside with them. So that's extremely interesting. Now, this is to me a clue that we're gonna see at least one person dying, because I think that's the only thing that would get the whisper away. Maybe the whisper sees one person die and then decides to not stick around because they're sure that the others are just gonna die, just like the person that this whisper saw already died. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think just to kind of explain it in simple terms, most likely what happened before this is this whisper who's amongst the walkers saw someone die and they didn't see a reason to stick around and they just left, thinking that everyone else who's trapped will die eventually. And then obviously if we look at the scenes after that, we see Daryl looking at the herd and then he ducks down. Now, going back to what I said earlier, if this is in fact Daryl trying to lead the herd away, there's two reasons why he would do that. One, he knows there's still some people trapped, or maybe some of them have been pronounced dead in a way, but Daryl will not rest until he sees for himself. He wants to make sure that they're dead. So he's leading the herd away so that he could go and check for himself. Or he could be leading the herd away to direct them somewhere else, maybe towards the Whisperer's camp. Now, as Daryl sits down, we do see him with his huge ass knife looking at someone. Now, there's a lot of people saying that they see someone holding a bow staff or something along those lines. I don't see it. The only reason I'm saying that he's most likely with someone is that it appears that he's looking at someone. I honestly don't see anyone. Like some people say they see a hand reaching out. I don't see any of that. Maybe the clip that I saw was a shorter clip. I don't know. But the fact that Daryl sits down in such a fashion and looks at someone, or it appears like he's looking at someone, leads me to think that someone escaped with him. Or if this is in fact a few hours or a few days after the moment when they were trapped, this is most likely just Daryl and someone else going back for whatever reason. But that's pretty much all of the scenes that we have in the teaser itself. Again, it's very short, but I think there's a few things that we can get out of it. The first one, which is undebatable, is that Daryl escapes. He survives the cave trap. Now, the other two things that are subtle is that someone else might be there with him, meaning that someone else also survived with him, and also maybe the herd is leaving, appearing to be led by a Whisperer, because the Whisperer already saw someone die, so they didn't need to stick around and watch everyone else die. And also in terms of who I think is more likely to die during the cave trap, I actually did a standalone video on this a while ago. I'll leave a link so you guys can check it out. The link will drop at the top right. You can click and check it out. And I still stand by that prediction. I still think that Jerry, Connie, and Kelly are the ones that are most likely to die in this specific scene. And there's actually a possibility that we might get another double major death moment during this specific cliffhanger moment. I actually did a video on this. I'll leave a link so you guys can check it out. And that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below about this teaser and about the clues that we have in the teaser about the possibility of seeing a death in the cave trap. And also, what do you think about Daryl surviving? I don't think anyone thought otherwise because he was in the trailer in other scenes. So everyone pretty much knew right away that he escapes. But this is an official confirmation in a way. But that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.